Well, let me tell you something, guys. You know, life is freaking unfair. You know why it's unfair?
Why?
Because in this world, it is about pretty people and their privileges. You know an example? I'm a great Twitter guy. I'd like to think that my Twitter is up there among the best locally in Virginia or just in Fairfax County in general.
What's your handle?
Oh, girl, my handle be Kevin_D_Tran. You can follow it right now and get great content. But you know something, though?
What?
As hard as I work on my clever structured tweets, which, you know, I work hard. They got a punchline, got a plot twist at the end. It's an amusing ride. I get a decent reaction, right? But someone like fam will tweet something as simple as "Damn, mosquitoes are bad," and she'll get like 32 likes.
Wow.
Hey. What are you guys doing? Filming a podcast? Giving people attention?
You just flicked your dandruff in my face. Well, I'm glad you're here because today's topic is exactly what you just did, stealing my thunder for as hard as I work. No, I'm kidding. I'm not jealous of your friends or my whatever. But basically, don't you guys think that in this world, if you are pretty or good looking, life is made easier for you? Isn't that true? It's a shallow world, and it's a shallow truth that I think is something we all have to acknowledge.
Yeah, I think it's because like the first thing someone notices is not personality, but it's like how you look.
Yeah,
like,
that's true.
Like how you're dressed, like your face.
Your appearance sets the tone for how someone prejudges you. You know, I think everyone kind of has a prejudice, like involuntarily when they meet someone, and it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just you base it off appearance. So you assume that if someone's good looking or nice, there's all these thoughts of, oh, they're good looking, so they're either really nice and they take care of themselves and whatever. So I'm gonna have a nicer approach to you versus whatever an ugly person is. I mean, who are we to say someone's
troll?
Surprise! Ugly. But not that I'm saying, like, how do we know if someone's ugly? How do we know if someone's pretty, really, right?
Right. I mean, I think, like, okay, so I acknowledge that being, like, a conventionally attractive person, there's perks to it, but you can only take it so far, you know? It depends on what situation you're in. Obviously, when you're dating or you're looking for a job, or if your job revolves around your looks, like, say, modeling, then obviously it's going to be a lot easier for you as an attractive person to find a gig. But with, like, situations like dating, you can only take someone's like looks so far once you start pursuing the relationship, because there's more, like we all said, there's more to someone than their looks, right? So, like, yes, it exists, but it can only, like, you can only use it so far. And I feel like it's not a privilege if it's like, not a privilege, but it's not something that's permanent.
Yeah, it's literally skin deep.
Yeah.
So I think of it like a resume. Like, all right, it gets you in front, like an interview, right? But if you literally suck at the interview, you're not gonna get the job, even though your resume looks nice and gets you the first shot. So I think it helps for like the initial impression, but obviously you need substance to back it up.
Right.
Yeah, sometimes like if I see a really attractive guy, I'm like, damn, you know, like I think, oh my god, they are so hot. And then when I talk to them and they
Wesley's shaking right now. I'll tell you.
And they're like bubblehead, or like they're just so cocky and they're not like in tune with the world or anything, I automatically just find them like less attractive. What about you guys?
Half the guys in Mobster just got their heart broken right there. I'm kidding. I'm not even involved.
I feel like it's different between guys and girls, though. Like if we're talking about relationships or dating or like you finding someone attractive, guys always gear towards looks first. Like that's the first thing that most guys look at. Girls are kind of like, okay, let's say there's a guy and he knows that this girl's fucking crazy, but she's hot as hell. They'll be like, nah, I'd still tap that.
Understood.
But girls would be like, oh, this guy has a bad reputation. He's hot, but girls wouldn't go for looks first. Like I feel like it depends on the situation, you know? Because you know, like when girls sometimes are like, oh, I'm attracted to medium ugly guys. But in reality, it's like, oh, we feel like when I see like a really good looking guy, I feel like there's negative connotations to that. It's like, oh, he might be a cocky guy, or maybe he has no personality. All he cares about is looks. So like, what do you guys think about that perspective? You know, where in like when you're a good-looking person, it brings negative connotations like, oh, the dumb blonde, the privileged girl, the privileged guy, and all of that.
Yeah, sometimes I feel like girls can pit themselves against each other just because of like looks too. If like tits out, like big hair, and they're just like, oh my god, I already hate this.
Tits out, big hair. Lana Del Rey.
But you know, because like girls themselves, like they would be like, oh my god, like she's probably just like
a whore.
Yeah.
Like, and that's like how sometimes, unfortunately, girls pit themselves like against each other. But some guys will be like, man, I'd hit that.
Right.
Maybe they have some personality,
Yeah.
but just
Right.
like what On said too.
It's a lot of like negative attention as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, it's like you just constantly have more attention on you, which can like obviously add additional pressure.
And then sometimes I feel like with the beauty thing, like when they're going into jobs, I guess they'll be like, oh my god, you probably only got this job because like you're pretty, and then they feel as if they have to like also prove themselves more too.
It's kind of funny because it's almost like we're saying, oh my god, pretty people have it so hard. Like, they have it so rough. But you can't deny that there's a lot of opportunities in life that they'll probably get over others simply because they're attractive, right? I think life is easier for them if you are considered good looking by a majority of other people.
It's true.
Right.
It is true.
And so you can have someone question your character, I guess. Like, I guess that would insert your feelings, I suppose. But as long as you look in the mirror, you know, when you can look in the mirror as you walk across a building and you happy with what you see, your life is good. Your life is fine. No one can hurt your feelings at that point, let me tell you. But I understand what you mean when someone who say there's more to them than just looks. There's brains, and they don't get respected for their brains and ability just because someone can't see past their looks. I get that. That can be a bit of a detriment to your character and confidence. But yeah, pretty people, you got a good thing going. So let's not. Maybe you deserve some hits.
Like, especially on TikTok too. Like you can
Right.
see so many people making the same TikToks over and over, and maybe like it could be just like
Mediocre,
like
bland.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, chill out, Kevin, bro. I don't even know my TikTok name. Kevin, chill out, bro. Follow me because I make funny content. But because I'm not a half-naked 15-year-old dancing, I won't. I don't have fucking 15 million
allow
views.
Very
that?
specific.
I've come across some, but I executed right away as soon as I see it.
Okay, but the thing is, with social media, if you're a good-looking guy versus a good-looking girl, the girl will always get more likes.
That's true.
Always get more attention.
It's just the
Girls
harsh
just
truth.
get attention for no reason.
Breathing out loud.
But you know what I love about girls on social media is that they empower each other. Girls will post a picture and girls are like, yes, queen, bitch, yes,
Step
work
on
it,
me.
step on me, choke on me, bitch.
Sorry.
Oh, that's God saying yes, alarm. But when dudes post pictures,
It's like silence,
Silent.
like nothing,
Crickets.
zero comments.
and if a dude does comment on another dude's
Okay.
photo, they'll be like, gay, stupid ass. Top left.
Y'all need to compose your photos. We need good content from you, because guys post the same thing.
You women edit my photos. I don't know what you're
I
talking
have
about.
Kathy edit mine. I'll let you know.
I think it's so funny when boys be like, I can have a strong Instagram game, but you be taking mediocre pictures of your girl, and your
No.
girl be taking the best pictures at the best
Oh,
angle.
this man right here.
Everybody needs to calm down here.
Let's point fingers. You see, oh god, that was a big swallow. Oh, okay. Anyway, like let's take this man for example. I'm sorry, Peter, not to put you on the spot, but our editor, who's not here, I'm pointing at no one. Our editor is in Richmond. She's in here in Richmond. I noticed that when she takes photos of you, your angles are pretty nice, lighting is great, but when you take a picture of her, that shit like cut off like this. But even so, if they both uploaded those pictures, Kathy would get more likes than Peter, despite his photo being nicer. Because why?
She has the devil on her side.
Oh, I mean, I didn't want to get the
She
cat.
had the pretty girl privilege.
Well, we don't want to get the
boobs.
Vatican involved. And boobs, I used to. But yeah, that's the point. That I'm making.
You know what's funny? I know she showed you guys, but like one of her pictures, some random guy was like, Hey, I don't want to be to offend you, but
I'm looking for a sugar baby. And it's from a picture from like in October, so Homeboy was researching for sure.
We could talk about an allowance.
I bet he's Indian.
And I'm thinking, wow, why can't anyone offer me money?
Peter, if you go to the right place, I'm sure there's a price for everybody. For you, it might be you're priceless. That's why, man. King. That's right.
But yeah, like I think that sort of attention can get like old and like obviously it's a little creepy. Like some 40-year-old guy sliding into your DM. It's like, ew.
I mean, it just goes back to the narrative of how guys just falls for looks just like that. Like, you don't know her. You're sending money to this girl for one picture of her toe. Like,
and it's half the nails off.
Oh my god.
And it's like a Google picture. It's not even hers.
Catfish at its finest. It's almost like, I mean, Beauty and the Beast taught us this when we were kids. Like,
it literally taught us that girls will accept you even if you're a freaking beast.
okay, I'm not.
Hairy ass.
He kidnapped her.
So, yeah, don't trust no men is the point of this podcast. Okay, but did you see the live adaptation of that movie? How Beast was looking?
Oh, who's
I mean, god damn.
stupid thing?
I mean, hey, I ain't gay, but I'd take a swing from the fences there. Oh, look, our co-host is.
Okay.
Hey, we lit.
Okay, no, but back to
What was the topic at hand?
the pretty people privilege thing. Like, taking it, like, let's get specific. Like, in different situation, how would you benefit from those things besides social media? Because I know for sure if you're in a job, like in a career, and they hired you because they're like, oh, they're a presentable person and they look like they're a good fit for a company, and then you go in and start working, and then they realize that you are a complete incompetent person for the job. Your looks can't save you. It's your skills, you know. It's like what you bring to the company. Like, if your looks not an asset to a company unless you're a supermodel. And even in relationships, like, if your relationship is based around looks, then like it's not gonna go anywhere. Right. So like there's certain areas where having good looks will help you thrive, but for most aspects in life, like, having good looks can only take you so far.
It's like that one episode of iCarly.
Oh my god.
When they hired the assistant, and then they were interviewing so many people, and then they were like, had some qualified, like, nerd, right? And then they saw this one dude, he was like stupid as fuck. And then they like hired him, and they like could not fire him.
Oh, because he was so cute or something?
Yeah.
Was he good looking?
Like, he would just ruin everything.
Oh my
and
God.
they would just be like, no, we can't do that to him, he's so cute.
See, because some people have a shallow mindset like that where they're just like...
It's a show.
I'm sure there's stories out there where a boss will keep a secretary around because she's a piece of hot eye candy.
Well, yeah, there's a lot more.
I'm sure there's scandals out there somewhere like that. But it's unfortunate that those things are a part of our reality. But we encourage you to look past that and kind of keep someone for the content of their character and not on...
Like my photos, please.
Peter, we're old. We're never going to get past
That cool kid Peter.
I mean, start showing some skin. Maybe that will...
I will pay you to delete this right now, sir.
I will like all your other photos just so you can remove this one. But so, looks in the workplace. I agree. That's where maybe your looks won't get you as far. That's agreeable. That's agreeable.
Don't they say, like, in interviews and stuff, not to like wear for girls, not to wear too bald of makeup or like too heavy cologne or that sort of stuff, just to like avoid that sort of
stereotype? Like?
Yeah.
tension.
And then like making sure you don't have like a low cut shirt to show your ladies, and then not too short of a
Your ladies.
and then like not too short of a skirt
Boobs.
too.
What a censored way to say this.
Yo, tickle bitties.
Hey,
But
stick around. We might show you someone's titties at the end of this. Mine.
But yeah, they don't want they want you to stay covered up because they don't want to like insinuate that you're trying to like use your body to advance.
Exactly.
But yeah.
I don't know why I heard this once, but pretend you're a boss hiring someone and you see someone who's good looking, physically fit, and then you see someone who's kind of not as well put together and maybe a larger individual. I think for some reason, everything you associate with a fit guy is, well, if he's fit, that obviously means he's disciplined. If he's disciplined, that means he's probably, takes some care of himself in the gym. And that means if he applies that mentality to his fitness, he'll apply that same mentality to the workplace. I think that's what I think people kind of consider all at once when they look at like that type of scenario. When they see someone who's well put together and fit versus someone who's not on the same level of physical appearance. You know what I mean?
Maybe it's steroids.
That's true. Damn, that's true. That person could be cheating. You don't know. That's the thing. So it's better just to test someone out on their skills and their looks.
But I think like if I see that they are like well dressed and they're fit, like my first impression would be like, okay,
They care.
Yeah.
they care. But when I hear them talk and you see like how they present themselves, I think that is like the biggest determinant.
Right.
Too.
Oh, definitely.
I mean, I think in general, like when you're going in for a job interview, like you have to put at least some effort in how you look, because it's like if you come to like an interview all like looking crazy and stuff, then it doesn't matter if you're like ugly, fat, good looking, tall, short, or whatever. Like if you look crazy and you look like you aren't prepared for the interview, then that already disqualifies you from,
Kind of shows that you don't care about this interview.
Yeah.
So.
But sometimes it's not even like the person's fault. Like, maybe just can't afford like a nicer fitting suit or like newer clothes. So they like don't look as well put together, which I think also sucks.
It is a lot to consider in those options, but I think unfortunately most of like society, we cast judgment on someone, and without considering those types of background situations, we don't consider that. We're just like, nah, you're already out. Dismiss in my mind. I'm gonna take the good-looking guy with the suit.
I can't hear, broke.
Put on my.
Do you know what's also crazy? Like when you see like those things on YouTube, when you see like a homeless person and they ask for money, and then they're like, and then they say like no, like I don't know what their intentions, or people think like I don't know what their intentions are with that money. But then like a rich guy suit, it was like I need like the same amount, and people are so like easy to give money to. What do you guys think about that?
I would never give money to you. You're wearing the most expensive suit, like, especially if you're wearing an expensive suit, because you have cash on you, bro. I need some money.
You said that like you were so emotionally hurt. I would never give money to you. I'll tell you what. Never in my life I'll give money to you. But yeah, no, I think that speaks volumes about society then, because it's almost like saying, I think when you see a homeless person, you kind of, well, not me, but like probably most people probably kind of look down on them involuntarily. Like you're kind of like, oh, you're homeless, you're gross. I don't want to. You're probably just gonna use this money to buy drugs.
Yeah, connotation.
It's a connotation. We all do and think about. Also, this chair is gonna crash any second because of my weight. But anyway, it's crying right now. But then when you see like a well put together man like that, you're like, this individual probably needs help, and he's well put together. Maybe I can form a network with him or something. I don't know. But it's weird that we would rather help someone like that than a homeless person. Not us, but like, because we're all good people.
And then fall into a pyramid scheme because all those people in suits are gonna get you.
Yeah.
Hey, you want to meet me out back for a business deal? A business opportunity?
Are you tired of your 9-to-5 job? Let me tell you.
Do you want to work forever?
Can you invest $10,000 in buying pants?
No, but it is like a difficult situation to evaluate because, like, I mean, we all like went to school in like Richmond, and we've all seen like the homeless like scene in Richmond, and even in like DC and things like that. Like you see it so much that you get desensitized to like what these people are going through or like what their background is, and it's hard because you don't know if they're struggling because of like drugs or they just went into a situation, because a lot of times it's like people, you never know when you're gonna end up like on the streets, and it's like one day you could have a job and then the next day you're out in the street, and then it's hard when you see like like when people are like, oh, that guy has nice clothes on and he has like a phone or whatever, why is he begging on the street? But it's like, okay, he's still homeless. Like,
right, yeah, I mean, yeah.
And I mean, it's hard for me. I still have that like thought of oh, I would prefer to buy this person food or like buy them a drink or something if they need something, that rather than give them money or like provide something else for them to get them back on their feet instead of like because I feel like maybe it's the boomer in me that's speaking, but like it's like
Okay.
You're a Gen Z. Get out of here.
no, but it's like I feel like when you're like handing out money, it's hard to get someone back on track because that's what you're giving them is not enough to provide like for them to get them the resources that they need, like rather than like giving them money on the street, like because $1 or $5 every day isn't gonna get them back on their feet, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like it's either you give them a meal to get through another day, or you set up like a fundraiser for them to buy them like a new laptop or buy them a new suit for like a new job or something like that. I think that for me it makes more sense. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. But if you saw a homeless person with no teeth versus with teeth, who would you give the money to? Because the one with teeth looks prettier than the one with no teeth, and that's why he's getting my money. No, I'm kidding. That's basically what this topic is. I'll tell you what. Here's another thing. Pretty privileged when it comes to relationships and dating. Like I think we touched on it a little bit earlier, but I'm gonna leave the audience at home to guess this. Who at this table is the single one? Yeah, that's a good good get because they have their boyos and he has his girlos. But me, let me tell you something, because I'm out here looking like fucking Pillsbury Doughboy. No, but I arguably have the most personality here. Just kidding. I'm just saying that they're better. If we were all going the dating scene right now, they would have an advantage over me in terms of because they're more good looking than me, and I think that's the truth. So.
That's false because
Peter, you're a good-looking guy.
You
stop.
You
look like
don't try. You have to go out there. You can't be in the dating scene if you're not even in it.
Yeah, it's outside.
Let me tell you what.
You can't hate from outside the club.
Because I can't even get in. That's the point
You don't
that I'm
try.
making.
You don't
That's
try.
the point. Oh, honey, I'm trying. Let me tell you something. Because let me make it clear to you right now. I don't try, actually. No, it's true. I don't try.
If you are a single girl, Kevin, where do you live?
I can't tell you. I'm not looking for a dating right now.
He has time next Saturday at 7 p.m. at the block. Meet him there.
I have high blood pressure and arthritis. I hope that's okay with everybody.
You go to Red Lobster.
I did. That was a really bad move to do. But anyway, no, I'm kidding. I think, obviously, if I did try, I don't know, maybe. But you gotta admit, if we were in a competition, which we're not, because I would lose. But you guys have a more distinct advantage.
Yeah,
But right off the bat, just purely off visual advantages, that people would go after you.
Yeah, but it just means that you have to put in more work. Now,
That's
like,
the thing, yeah.
Everybody in life starts out at somewhere different.
It comes easier to you, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's like how some people are born middle class, like basically third base, and they think they scored a home run. But you just have to work with the problems you have and work around them. Since I don't think that we're like predefined by our existing conditions.
Right.
And I think that there's opportunities for everyone.
For sure.
Even in dating.
Yeah,
Even
for
in
sure.
dating.
I agree with that. It's not that it's impossible when you find date. It's just I do have to work harder to make up for what I lack in looks.
There's someone out there for everyone.
That's not true. Some people die alone, and it's just you're
It's
just
because they don't want somebody.
sure. There are some people that don't even get kissed on the lips, even. So you don't. That's a Louis C.K. joke. I stole that.
Okay, recite it.
Right.
Yeah, I don't want him to sue us.
Strike.
But yeah, no, it's true. If you're not as, I guess if you're just not as blessed with these advantages in life, you'll just have to find a way to make up for it. Listen, thank God I'm funny, because if I wasn't, I would have been bullied and freaking thrown to the side as a kid. No, honestly, I when I discovered that I was funny and I had a personality, I was like, okay, I got something. At least I have that. There's my nephew. Oh, he is well on his way to not developing anywhere because he is ugly and he doesn't have a personality.
Boy, he is baby.
He is a baby.
Okay, he's 4 years old. When I was 4, I knew how to tell a punchline. I at least knew how to say knock knock. This boy just knows how to say nom nom because he eats all the time. But
We're talking about Mason.
We're talking about Mason, my 4-year-old nephew who's well on his way to obesity.
Child protective service.
I mean, we take care of him, obviously. He gets 3 chicken nuggets every hour, which is the problem in the first place. But that's what I'm saying is, like Peter said, you just have to work harder in other aspects to make yourself attractive, I guess.
Because person's personality isn't based around just his looks or just his, like how funny you are. I think it's a whole picture. So I don't think it's, you'd have to make up for things in other parts of yourself,
right?
To compensate.
It's like any sports team or any wrestling team or whatever. You can't be an all-star at everything, but you can excel at one thing and make yourself just as valuable as anyone else.
But don't you also think like beauty is in the eye of the beholder too?
Yeah.
Yes, but I think there's like I think we had this argument for it in our group chat where it's like there's something that we all agree to that is beautiful. Like everyone can agree that maybe if you have high cheekbones and great jawline that you're beautiful, right? Like I think we can all agree that that's a positive.
I mean, but it's like beauty standards in Asia. Like if you're a pretty skinny tall boy in Korea, you are the most attractive motherfucker there. But if you're versus like over here, girls want guys with muscle, with some thickness to them, with like the standards are just different everywhere, and it just, so it really depends on who you're attracted to, or like what you see as beauty. Because I know there's girls out there who are like, I will not date this guy if he's not 6'2" and over.
But joke's on you, Kathy. You're dating me, and I'm 5'8.5".
Those 4 inches gotta be compensated somewhere else.
Exactly, those 4, and you gotta compensate that with your money or whatever.
This much money and this much personality.
When he stands on his wallet, he's 7 feet tall. I'll tell you that.
But yeah,
he's in a tax bracket. He has to pay so many taxes.
So I think it depends, and
I mean, okay, yeah, it does depend. I get standards of beauty are different from everywhere. But let's just say, I think collectively, someone like Zac Efron, do we not, like, just whether you're gay or straight or whatever your preference is, can we not say that is a good-looking individual? He's a good-looking individual.
He's good.
Oh, come on.
See, okay,
don't even
he's
be
good-looking, but I'm not attracted to him.
And that's fine, but you consider him good-looking. You can.
Yeah.
That is beauty in everyone's
He's
eye.
looking a little homeless lately.
Did you see him before High School Musical? Those gap teeth.
Zach Souza's just an entire podcast.
It's funny because the Wildcat logo is him because his gap teeth was like, what team? All right. But yeah, I see what you guys are saying. Hopefully you guys see too. Are we done? Are we good?
Yeah, but just remember, the most important beauty is the beauty that you have on the inside.
Yeah, you get your Disney Channel ass out of here. But that's true. Beauty fades, but
yeah, like when you're like 50 or 60, like
that's when you settle. That's when you just look to the person next to you and go, "Hey, you want to die alone, or do you want to?" Okay, we'll marry each other. That's what happened to my mom. That's how I'm here. Okay, no, I'm kidding.
Fuck.
Do you need a therapist?
Yeah, Chris, can you send me? Like, I'm kidding.
referral code.
But no, all jokes aside, beauty fades. And
Stay in school. Don't do drugs. Because drugs will do a number on you.
this is your brain. This is your brain's on drugs.
Anything to add?
Yeah, sorry. We're just stalling.
Yeah, so, like, when, at the end of the day, like, when you die, you're not going to take your beauty with you, usually.
Damn.
So it's just who you are and, like, what you've done and who you've become that you end with. Mm-hmm. So I don't think we should, like, put too much emphasis on beauty. That's just me.
Try not to. Although most.
But if you have it, use it.
Yeah,
Goddamn lucky.
That's right. You lucky bastard.
I'm just saying, if I was born with $1 million, why would you?
If you're a pretty lady, scam all those hoes for their money.
Make his pockets hurt.
And if you're not good looking, you're in for a rough time. But you better pick up some other skill, boy. I'll tell you what. All right. Bye.
Bye.
Tell us what you think about this topic down below. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Please.
All seven.
Ciao.
Please